answer. So, yes, the Royals don't even need the Twins' help, really. Just win 2 of 3 against the Braves. If you do that, you're 100% in. You don't need to worry about anybody else. Take care of your business. You did that against the Nationals. Do that against the Braves. But if you lose one of those games, you need the Twins to lose one too, and you'll be perfectly fine. All right, coming up on the other side, speaking of the Twins, we're going to go back to Minneapolis. We're going to be joined by Henry Lake. We'll get his thoughts on the Twins that have been free falling. Keep it right here. It's 96.5 The Fan.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison on your new home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
It's Carrington Harrison from The Drive here now on 96.5 The Fan, telling you guys about my friends over at Window World. Window World is the official window of the Kansas City Chiefs. Pick up the phone right now and call Window World today at 816-799-0820 or check out the website, windowskansascity.com. And remember this, when you call Window World, be sure to mention that you heard this on The Drive with me, and you'll be entered into a drawing for 4 Chiefs tickets during the upcoming season. You know they got some big games, and you're going to want to be there. So call my friends over at Window World. They're offering right now 36 months, same as cash financing, with approved credit. In over 20 years of business, Window World has improved the look and thermal efficiency of over 54,000 homes right here in the Kansas City metro. So pick up the phone today at 816-799-0820 for a free home estimate. Call to be entered into a drawing for 4 Chiefs tickets. Remember, Window World, simply the best for less. And the official window of your Kansas City Chiefs.
Many of us are looking forward to retirement. But when it's time to tap into your savings, do you know how long your money will last? Make a game plan for your retirement income distribution from UMB Private Wealth. They'll create a custom strategy for you to help make your hard-earned retirement savings last. Just go to umb.com/private wealth to schedule your personal appointment. That's umb.com/private wealth.
At Shane Company, we'll help you create a ring as unique as your love story. We have the biggest selection of diamonds in all shapes and sizes, and center stones in an array of colors, including sapphires in blue, pink, green, lavender, and more. Just the other day, a couple picked out a blue sapphire that perfectly matched her eyes, and they left knowing her ring was truly one of a kind. That's what happens at Shane Company. Come check us out. You might just fall in love with something unexpected. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
What's up, Kansas City? It's Mitchell Schwartz. You know, there's nothing easier to enjoy than watching the Chiefs with some wings and an ice-cold Bud Light. And Buffalo Wild Wings is serving up both for every game, all season long. Join me at the Buffalo Wild Wings located off Berry Road and Prairie Drive in KC Mo on Thursday, September 26th. I'll be there with the crew from 6 to 8 p.m. celebrating the back-to-back Super Bowl champs while eating some wings and drinking $5 Bud Lights. Nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. For more details, go to 965thefan.com. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer partner of the Kansas City Chiefs. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy.
What's up, Kansas City? It's Mitchell Schwartz. Join me at the Buffalo Wild Wings located off Berry Road and Prairie Drive in KC Mo on Thursday, September 26th. I'll be there with the crew from 6 to 8 p.m. eating some wings and drinking $5 Bud Lights. For more details, go to 965thefan.com.
This is Eric Geschwin, Market President of Pinnacle Bank. And when your family or business needs financial assistance, call us, the bankers who care. At Pinnacle Bank, you're more than just an account number. That's why we're dedicated to being by your side on every step of your journey. You can trust us to deliver a job well done. For more information, visit us at pinbank.com or call 816-578-4334. Pinnacle Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Join 96.5 The Fan and Bud Light for the Fans Football Show with Mitchell Schwartz and Jay Binkley every Thursday in September starting at 6 at participating Buffalo Wild Wings locations. Enjoy $5 talls, prizes, and Chiefs gear. For a list of locations, go to 965thefan.com. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side 70 eastbound pretty slow as you make your way from 435 out past Noland. 470 southbound very heavy from I-70 all the way down towards Douglas. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Patrick Mahomes joins CDOT every week during the season, right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Let's go to the phone lines right now to be joined by our guy, Henry Lake. He is in Minnesota. He covers all things Minnesota sports. Lake, how you doing today, my man?
I've been better. I'm doing good. I'm doing all right. I got no complaints.
Well, you know what? The Twins could certainly be doing better. What happened to the Twins, man?
Man, this team can't hit. They can't hit to save their lives. They are, I don't even know what's past the struggle bus. They just can't offensively. You know, the first half of the season, they were inconsistent, right? I remember years ago when Josh Vernier would talk about the roller coaster with the Kansas City Royals. They were inconsistent on the roller coaster the first half of the season. In the second half of the season, the bottom dropped out. It hasn't been good. And look, I know that Twins fans will look and they'll say, well, you know, Buxton injured again. What's new? Carlos Correa, him being out of the lineup, the majority of the second half of the season, that was the killer, you know, because he has far and away been their best player. And just not having him available has really hurt this team, not just offensively, but also defensively. But nobody else has hit at all.
Yeah, we had Dan Hayes on the show earlier today, and you could just hear the sort of disappointment in his voice and just the fact that, you know, your energy usually kind of coincides with the team that you are following. It really sounds like this Twins team has really been beaten down over the course of the last 3 weeks, and it sounds like the fan base is ready to move on. The Vikings are one of the top stories in the NFL, and basketball season is about to start, and you guys have one of the young stars in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, the fan base is checked out. And look, you know this because I've said this to you many times when I was in Kansas City. Minnesota is the bandwagon state. They are not ride or die with their teams. When their teams are doing really, really well, everybody is all about that team. But when they are struggling, everybody's jumping off. And I was at the game last night. I'm headed to the stadium here in a few minutes. There's nobody showing up to support this team right now, even though, you know, you're going to have a hope and a prayer that maybe something happens here at the end with the Tigers, which I don't see happening. Maybe something happens with the Kansas City Royals, which I don't see happening. I think you're going to be on the outside looking in. But it's all your fault. Like, you were in prime position to head into the postseason and easily, right, and basically contend with the Guardians to win this division again. But it just wasn't going to happen because you just haven't been able to hit. But, yes, to answer your question, yeah, everybody is deflated. Everybody's frustrated. And you could even tell a couple of nights ago because they won last night against the Marlins. But on Tuesday when they lost the opening game of this series to the Miami Marlins, you could just tell right around that fifth or sixth inning when they couldn't generate anything, which runners in scoring position, they haven't been able to do anything at all this entire season. You could tell that the guys in the lineup were absolutely frustrated and deflated.
Right now, we're talking to our guy, Henry Lake, just learning a little bit more about the Twins. Lake, was there a turning point for this team? Like with the Royals, the Vinny Pasquantino injury now was a really big turn for this team offensively. They really struggled to score since then. Was there that moment for the Twins?
I can't really say that. I can't make any real excuses. Now, clearly not having Carlos Correa, because remember, now he made the All-Star game, but he didn't play at all in the second half of the season until last week. That was the first game that Carlos Correa came back, was just early last week. So he literally has just returned since prior to the All-Star break. Not having him, that has been it's had clearly a negative effect on the team. But I can't look at anybody else and make any other excuses. Like Byron Buxton, it's not the first time that he's been injured, and it won't be the last. Other guys in the lineup, some of the young guys that have actually, fared decent this year, Trevor Larnach, I think he's kind of upped his game this year. Some of the other veterans, Ryan Jeffers has had a good second half of the season. Christian Vasquez, catcher, has had a terrible time that he's been a member of this organization. Everybody else has not really played that well. I think the only guy that you look at and you say this guy has exceeded their expectations here for the Minnesota Twins has been Carlos Santana. He's been that one guy. Royce Lewis, his performance in the second half, he's been non-existent. The one thing about the Twins here this season that you could say they've been good is their starting rotation, because most people thought that that was going to be the area where they lacked. You lose Sonny Gray, you lose Kenta Maeda. Everybody believes the starting rotation is going to be negatively impacted, and that has not been the case. Now, it's been spotty with the young guys they've had starting, but they've been solid enough to win games. The bullpen, they haven't been good as well. So between the bullpen being bad and the everyday lineup being bad, that's the reality of Twins baseball right now.
Like, what do you make of the Tigers, who have been the hottest team in baseball? I mean, I'm guessing in Minnesota, it's kind of the same thing here as it was in Kansas City. We weren't really spending too much time talking about the Tigers. A lot of the conversation was about your team, the Twins. The Royals and the Twins felt very neck and neck for most of the season. And then out of nowhere, you look up, the Tigers sweep the Royals in Kansas City, and it's like, wait, hold on. We might have to insert them into the conversation, and it feels like they haven't lost since.
Well, you know how this plays out in sports, right? You have that team that's the underdog, and they're in that game against the team that's heavily favored. But this team starts off good, and they've got a lead. And then the favored team, or the team that everybody expects is going to crush, they're just kind of like they're not kicking in. And that team that is the underdog is starting to believe in themselves. To me, the Detroit Tigers has got confidence in themselves. They say, you know what, we honestly believe that we got a chance to do something special and make it into the postseason when nobody thinks that we're going to get there. And you could just tell that they believed, and they knew that they have a Cy Young Award-winning pitcher in their rotation. And so I think that's all that happened with the Detroit Tigers. And they're young.
That is our guy Henry Lake joining us on the show today. Lake, I hate to assume, but it doesn't sound like you're very hopeful in the Twins' chances on making the postseason.
No. I believe that the Twins will miss out on the postseason. I believe that in the postseason, I'll be rooting for you guys in Kansas City, and hopefully you guys can represent.
That is our guy Henry Lake joining us on the show today. Appreciate you, Lake.
All right, take care.
Absolutely. That's our guy Henry Lake joining us on the show today. I mean, the thing that I have learned the most is Royals fans and Twins fans, they got one thing in common. Boy, hope is low. Now, hope is definitely higher in Kansas City. You're the team that's coming off the sweep. So the morale is, I would say, the morale is back to normal in Kansas City. Royals fans always have that measure of skepticism and disbelief about things that is certainly continued. But I would say that things are back realigned with where they were before the Giants series. The Giants series was the low point of the season. They've had a couple of different low points, the Vinny injury. They've had a couple of different things. Man, them getting swept at home by the Giants and only scoring one run, Monday was a bad day. Monday was a down day for everybody. But you know what? They did what they were supposed to do. They won these last 3 games. They're coming in hopeful. They're coming in optimistic. And you know what? It feels like everybody is back to normal, back to where they were, I don't know, last Thursday or so.
It does feel like nature is healing, but I'm still seeing, maybe I'm just too much of a positive person, and that's just the nature of the beast. But there is a lot of skepticism around Royals fans. The magic number being 2 and potentially 1 by the time we take the air tomorrow, because unlike the Twins beating the Marlins is some guarantee, even though, for those of you that gamble, they are minus 250 tonight to win a baseball game, which is one of the higher favorites you'll ever see. But the magic number being at 2 and the Twins facing a playoff team has got to give people a measure of confidence. I know that if the Royals game does get played tomorrow in Atlanta, Max Fried is starting, and he's one of the better pitchers in baseball. But it's that time of year where you're going to face good pitchers. I remain confident, and my confidence, while shaken after the Giants series, remains strong because the Twins have been horrible. Any time you thought to yourself, man, the Royals are starting to flounder, you look at the Twins, and they were worse. Before this last 7-game losing streak, the 7-game losing streak previous, you know who came in town and helped the Royals get off the schneid? The Twins. They are playing some really bad baseball, so part of my confidence, not just the Royals have picked it up and started beating bad teams, it's the fact the Twins have been unable to pick it up.
Coming up on the other side, we'll keep it with baseball. Today was the last baseball game in the Oakland Coliseum. We'll talk about it. Keep it right here. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison on your new home for K-State Athletics, 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Hey, let me tell you guys about my friends at Gates Barbecue. With 5 locations around town, you are never too far away from that classic barbecue taste. It is tailgate season. It is football season. So that means you are having family, friends, and football, and you are gathering together. And that means you need that small party tray. You need that large party tray. Maybe you need the presidential platter because you got a group of people coming over to watch a little bit of football. Maybe you like to do the grilling on your own. Well, you can do that, but make sure for any tailgate you need that Gates sauce and that Gates seasoning. You know you need that if you are going to the tailgate. Maybe you plan on stopping by the store and grabbing lunch, pick up the nooner. Maybe you plan on stopping by, get your sides. They got the new Burnt E Mac that I had it a couple days ago. Absolutely delicious. I would highly encourage you to check it out. No matter what your barbecue needs is, the best place to fulfill them is my friends over at Gates Barbecue.
The Chiefs, Cardinals, Royals, Blues, and our 2 soccer teams, the Current and St. Louis City SC, are all endorsing Amendment 2. Here's why you should support it too. Right now, Missouri sports fans are taking their money and placing their bets in Kansas and Illinois. We're losing our money to other states, money that could be invested in our schools. Amendment 2 fixes that. By legalizing sports betting, Amendment 2 will generate over $100 million for Missouri schools over the next 5 years. And there's a strong constitutional guarantee ensuring the revenue from sports betting will go to education. Kansas and Illinois know sports betting is a winner for their fans and taxpayers. It's time for Missouri to get into the game. Amendment 2 means over $100 million for Missouri schools. Join the Chiefs, Cardinals, Royals, Blues, Current, and St. Louis City SC in supporting Amendment 2. Paid for by Winning for Missouri Education, Mike Pridmore, Treasurer.
This weekly football preview is brought to you by MD Anderson Cancer Center.
Week 4 kicks off on Thursday night as Dallas heads to New York, where both teams look to secure their second win of the season. The action continues with matchups on Sunday between New Orleans and Atlanta, Minnesota and Green Bay, and many more. Games conclude on Monday night as Detroit takes on Seattle at home.
At MD Anderson Cancer Center, we're doing whatever it takes to end lung cancer. Visit MDAndersonLungCancer.com to learn more.
MD Anderson Cancer Center is again ranked #1 in the nation for cancer care by U.S. News & World Report's Best Hospitals rankings. Our physicians treat more types of cancers in a day than many see in their whole career. This unmatched depth of expertise, combined with our groundbreaking discoveries, gives our patients access to the most innovative treatment options. Learn more at mdanderson.org.
What's better than watching your team win? Winning money while you do it. I'm Jim Costa, and on Cash the Ticket, Mike Valeni and I give you the edge to make every game playable. College football, NFL, we're breaking it all down game by game. Your podcast feed is going to be filled, and you're going to love it. You can click on the games you care about. We do it all. With our analysis, we're finding games that other people aren't talking about. We're turning every Saturday and every Sunday into days where you got a chance to win. Don't just sit on the sidelines. Cash the Ticket with us. Follow Cash the Ticket in the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Tiffany, founder of Harlem Pilates. When I couldn't find Pilates in my neighborhood, I started a studio from my studio apartment. Chase Inc. helped me grow from 1 Pilates studio to 3. Because when you start small, you're going to need some big help.
With the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Our Labor Day savings start now at Lowe's. Right now, buy one, get one free on Valspar Reserve or HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Infinity or Showcase Interior Paint via Lowe's gift card rebate. Whether you're painting one accent wall or want to freshen up a whole room, we've got you covered. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details. Valid through 9/4.
Brought to you by Indeed.
Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their end-to-end solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all year round. Schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from your Indeed dashboard. Learn more by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Park and Go, your top choice for all covered airport parking. Heading into downtown, 670 eastbound slows from the state line, 35 northbound slow to downtown from Cambridge Circle, and stays heavy north of 670 towards I-70. Tackle your airport parking needs at Park and Go. Always the best service and always the best price. Open 24/7. Fast and free shuttle services, and all spots are covered. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison. Weekdays 2 to 6 on 96.5 The Fan.
I had the Oakland A's game on today just to watch it. I got a chance to go out to their stadium a couple of weeks ago. I saw them play the Milwaukee Brewers, and let me tell you that attendance was scarce. Certainly not the case for today. It was their last home game, the last professional sports game in Oakland. You guys know that the Raiders, they have moved to Las Vegas. The basketball team has moved across the bridge to San Francisco. You would think it's not that far away, and it's kind of far away. Like it ain't close to where it used to be before. And now the baseball team, they are going to play in Sacramento for the next couple of seasons, and we'll see what happens in Las Vegas. If you've been to Las Vegas, you know exactly where I'm talking about. The Tropicana right across the street from the MGM Grand. They are imploding that building coming up in a couple of days, and the plan is to build the baseball stadium right across the street from the MGM Grand, but they don't have the money figured out. Like, how are they going to pay for the stadium? I imagine if you go to Vegas, you are going to be paying for the stadium. That's kind of how these things work. If you've been to Vegas, you're already paying for Allegiant Stadium. They're just going to have you now pay for that stadium as well, but just really sad for, I would say, a very important community in American culture. Like, a lot of things have been birthed out of Oakland, California, and for them to lose so much of their identity in a very short period of time. I mean, they have lost their basketball team, football team, and baseball team in, 8 years? Is that probably the timetable of it? Baseball team out of here. They've been in Vegas playing football for a little bit. They have built a beautiful new stadium across the river over in San Francisco. A lot has been taken away from that community in a very, very short period of time. The scenery today was amazing. They got 46,000 people out to the Coliseum to see the final game, and all those people are going home happy. The A's won earlier today. They won 3-2 against the Texas Rangers, so it was cool to get a chance to watch that. But just really sad what happened to Oakland, man. And it shouldn't have gone that way for that community. There were ways to fix it, and no one in power seemed very interested in fixing it.
I understand how John Sherman has sometimes gotten a bad rep in Kansas City as being the guy who just trying to take your money and get a new stadium, and et cetera, et cetera. But there might not be a worse owner in sports than the A's owner. He has been angling to get that team out of Oakland forever.
100%.
And it was more than just, tanking the team on the field, which he was also doing to drive down attendance. But he didn't get any legislation on the ballot to try to get, a new stadium done. He turned down ideas, to my knowledge, of possible renovations to a stadium. He kept throwing out new and improved areas for a new stadium, which included San Jose, which anyone familiar with the Bay Area knows that San Jose and Oakland are not it's not like you're moving from Casey Mo to, the Northland. That's like moving from Casey Mo to Topeka. Like, it is a hike from San Jose because of traffic and all those things. Ownership in Oakland is real bad. And today, that community took an L, and it stinks for everyone. And the owner's going to get his way, but it's a brutal, brutal business sometimes.
Yeah, no, 100%. So today was the final game for the Oakland A's. So we will see what happens to them.
Do you think sports are ever going back to Oakland?
No.
They don't have the NFL. They don't have baseball. They don't have basketball. You don't think they're ever going back?
I don't think they can get a stadium pass. I mean,
that's a good point.
I mean, they couldn't get a stadium pass for 3 separate teams. If you can't get a stadium pass, I mean, the only way you're getting it is if you're paying for the 4th stadium. Now, they never really got the opportunity to keep the baseball team. Like, there's a lot of stuff that happened behind the scenes, but they never really got an opportunity to vote if they wanted to keep their baseball team. That owner, it was really like Major League. They were always angling to go to Las Vegas, and eventually they rounded up the money, they rounded up enough votes, and they figured out a way to get that team to Las Vegas. Tonight, we got Thursday Night Football. We have the Giants and the Cowboys.
You going to watch that? Or you going to do something else?
I'm so tired of watching Giants-Cowboys games. I'm serious. I'm tired of it. Every year, it doesn't matter how good either one of the teams are, we are always going to get Giants and Cowboys as a national TV game. I mean, it'll be on, but I'm not watching it. I'm not building my day, my evening around watching those two teams. Absolutely not. I'll place a couple of wagers. I'm not going to go too crazy on this game. I don't want to go too crazy on this game. I'll place a couple touchdown bets. I'll have it on as background noise, but no, I'm watching a movie today. I'd rather watch a couple. There's new documentaries out. I'd much rather start the Mr. McMahon documentary that's on Netflix. I'd much rather watch the Black Quarterback documentary that's on Amazon Prime. There's too much other stuff to watch. I don't want to watch Daniel Jones play quarterback anymore. I'm sorry. It doesn't excite me.
Does that offense in Dallas excite you? I mean, they've quietly been a disappointment so far this NFL season. I know the Giants are worse, but, I mean, it's not like Dallas is something like, oh, at least I get to watch Dallas. They're not exciting at all to watch anymore this season.
No, I'm not excited to watch any of those
That whole
teams.
division stinks, if we're being honest. The Commanders might be the most exciting
The Commanders are fun.
They're fun.
The Eagles are fun. The Eagles are fun to watch.
They're like a chaotic fun.
I agree. No, they're fun to watch, though. I do enjoy watching the Eagles. I'm with you.
It's like a frantic energy. It's like, how is this happening?
Someone said, see, I'll be watching the Twins. The Aaron Hernandez show on Hulu is solid, too. I'm going to let the Aaron Hernandez show in before I watch it. I'm just too familiar with the story. I'm just too familiar with the story to catch it. Someone said, damn, C-Dot, you live in Missouri. How are you placing bets? I thought you lived in KC proper. I'm currently in Kansas. You could place the bets now and then go home. I know. It blew my mind too. Yeah, no, it's crazy. But right now I can place the bets that I think Brandon Cooks is going to score a touchdown, and then I drive home and then I can't place the bet. Then I can just track the bets. That's kind of how it works.
You're telling me the bet doesn't become null and void the minute you cross state line?
Yeah, I know. It's wild. I know. It's crazy. Technology is weird, man. I'm telling you. It blows my mind, too. So that's why I'm here to help. I don't want there to be any uncertainty. I'm here to answer questions. All right, I had a lot of fun today. Hopefully you had a lot of fun today. I'm sorry we didn't talk as much football as maybe you would like, but the Royals are going to the postseason, so hopefully you understood. Tomorrow, we will get back to normal. We will get back to Red Friday. We will get back to Chiefs and Chargers. I will probably say one positive thing about the Chargers. You guys will call me Chargers Dot. You know what? We will all be back together tomorrow. Take care of yourself. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by DM Injury Law.